$1,000. What's up, y'all? I'm Russ Rollins, along with Angel and Carlos, Savannah, Angelique, Ryan, everybody here today, and we're kind of excited to be able to announce the name and show you the label for our Monster Whiskey. And on the line with us right now is Whiskey Paul. What's up, Paul? How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, Paul?
Can you hear us? Oh, you can't hear him now. Hold on.
He's got his mic muted.
Oh, we got to unmute his mic. Let's see here. You had it working, didn't you?
Your mic's also off, Savannah. The irony of that is great.
I was like, come on, Whiskey Paul, but my mic wasn't on.
Hey, can you hear us now, Paul?
I can. Can you hear me?
Wonderful. Yes, sir. How you doing? By the way, Paul is a great guy, and been putting together this whiskey at the Winter Park Distilling Company. First off, before we talk about the name of the whiskey and show the label, I will tell you, and Paul and I talked about this, and what we're going to do is I was going to do a big contest and get some ideas from listeners for the label, and then Ryan came out with something, and we both looked at each other and said, well, this is pretty good. Right, Paul?
Yeah, it's better than pretty good. I think it's awesome. So, it kind of thwarted your plans of having the listeners contribute. But I think the end result is awesome. I
do too. Now, how are things going for the Winter Park Distilling Company? And I know that you were planning on moving location to a location downtown next to the soccer stadium. What's happening with all that right now?
Yeah, so it's as a lot of new construction these days, it's going slower than expected. So we're getting there, but slowly but surely. So we'll keep you posted as we're getting closer to that opening date.
And then how close or like where are we in the process of, because we said at the beginning, this is not going to be like, hey, let's just throw some stickers on a bottle and we'll call this Monster Whiskey. This is a longer process, and for me, I have little patience, so this is really a long drawn out thing for me, but I understand this is the way we got to do it to make it happen. Where are we right now in the process of the Monster Whiskey?
So we, as you know, on the air, we tasted a bunch of different barrels and honed it down to the barrel that we wanted to use.
Yes,
so
and I'll tell you what's funny is because like if it would have been just me, I would have picked another one. But we did go on what all the monsters who drink whiskey they all thought, and we ended up with one that is just a little smoky, not way over smoked. And a little sweeter, and I think we made the right decision. But if it was just up to me, I might have made the wrong decision. So I'm glad everybody got to taste it.
Yeah, no. So we went through that process, and so now we've got the whiskey. We've got to get the federal government approval on the label that you're going to show everybody here shortly.
Yeah,
and so that's about another 2-month process. So in the fall, we should have this thing on shelves ready to go, and people can buy this whiskey.
So and they'll be able to buy it online, which is we didn't realize that when we first started talking about this. Online, any listener will be able to order it online when we're able to do it. What mistakes do you think Ryan made that's going to make the government kick this back? Like, where did he fail? Like, where do you think?
Well, hopefully we've already corrected any of those mistakes, but we'll find out when the government comes back to us. So,
I put a secret map that leads to a treasure under the Washington Monument.
So with what you're doing now, I mean, and everything kind of, I don't know if we're saying it's getting back to normal or what. Like, where is it with your business now? Is everything going okay?
Yeah, so I mean, things are great on the distribution side and all the other pieces, except for the fact that we're just not open to the public right now, which is frustrating as heck to me.
Right.
But it's all good things, in time.
Well, okay, so I had it set up where it's supposed to pop up at 8:00, Ryan, for the label, but I see it's not working. I keep refreshing and it's not working. So I guess, but can you just put it can you put it up on Real Radio Monsters on YouTube so we can see it?
I can. I'm just checking.
All right, so it's
on there. It's just taking a second to pop up. If you click Monsters Home, it pops up there, and RealRadio.fm. It's the top story right there right now.
Okay, good. So you can see the label that Ryan came up with, the name of the whiskey. Do we have a drum roll? Can we have give me a drum roll, Savannah? Can you do a drum roll? It's Majestic Monster Whiskey is the name of the whiskey, Majestic Monster. And here is the label that Ryan came up with, which I think is very... Papa, there you go. Look at that.
There we go.
Wait, Savannah, what do you think of that? Look at that that label he came up with.
That looks so cool.
It does, right?
Yep.
I think it looks really, really good. Majestic Monster. There's the whiskey. It'll be in a bottle. I mean, almost exactly like that. Is that correct, Whiskey Paul?
Yeah.
It's got clouds in the top.
Yeah.
Well, the clouds in the top won't be part of the bottle.
Oh, why not?
Unless you go into that field specifically.
I thought y'all put some clouds in there, bitches.
I think it looks really good. Did a great job. I like the color. You know, the color scheme. You know, like with the dark, with the gold and the darkness. It kind of all looks good together.
Oh yeah, we fancy.
Yeah.
Like Applebee's.
Angelique, you like whiskey. What do you think about that? The look of the bottle.
Yeah, I think it looks sharp. It's like you said, it just looks refined.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's crap. It looks like it's a and it's not. This is really great whiskey, and I do love the look. I think you did a really great job with it.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I'm proud of this, and I can't wait to see it on the shelves.
Angel, your whiskey drinker. What do you think?
Yeah, that's solid, man. The first time I saw it, I was like, that looks really, really good, and it projects the image and the idea that we want with the whiskey. So yeah, you nailed this, dude.
Now the swords, are those your personal Chinese swords, Russ, or is it the what's the swords for?
You know, that's a good question, because originally I thought we would, because Majestic Monster, I thought we'd do like a crown, but there's already a crown for whiskey somewhere else. So I wanted like a majestic thing.
Crown Boyle.
So I thought two swords would look better. And we wanted to make this where, like, let's say you see this bottle of whiskey, but you don't know anything about the monsters, you don't know anything about the show. You still would want to pick it up, you know, and try it, because it still has that thing. Carlos, what do you think of the label he came up with?
I think it looks really sharp. I really like it. I like the monster logo flipped around for the whiskey part, and it looks sharp, man. Nice work, Ryan.
Yeah, because Carlos, you're right. That's a little hint of that's the monster. But we're not beating you over the head with, because I had somebody from management go, well, we got to put Real Radio on here somewhere, and I'm like, no, we're not putting Real Radio on there. It's not. We wanted this to. I want this to go on and last past the radio show. You know what I'm saying?
This was if we did this whiskey in the early 2000s, we'd all be shirtless on it.
Yeah.
And pointing to like a bottle of whiskey and like monster whiskey. It's monsters and monsters. And this is what
it looked like a
is.
Big Johnson T-shirt.
Thank you, Carlos. That's exactly what I was trying. I didn't want to beat you over the head with the fact that it's a monster whiskey. It says Majestic Monster. Anyone
I think it looks sharp.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you guys dig it. I'm glad.
M&M.
What's that?
M&M. Majestic Monster.
Oh, yes. I didn't know what you were saying. I thought you meant Eminem the rapper.
Eminem Rudy!
And so let me. Someone asked me the other day about this whiskey, Paul, about distribution and like where you'll be able to get the monster whiskey. Like now, obviously, you made it so simple because people can just now click and order it. But if they go to your place, will they be able to get the Majestic Monster?
Yeah. So we'll have it at our place. We will obviously have a link right on our website as well as the Real Radio website to be able to click over to just buy it online, have it delivered right to your house. And then eventually we'll get it into the chain liquor stores around town and hopefully around the state and beyond.
And this started with, just so you know how this started, we were talking about on the air a long time, right, Angel? Like a long time we talked about this, and then your girlfriend sent me Paul's girlfriend sent me an email. I'm like, well, let me go talk to this guy. And so when we talked, I'm like, oh, I see a lot of possibilities here. And I mentioned to management, and they don't understand. They're like, yeah, whatever, you're gonna sell some whiskey, whatever. And they don't see the scope of how big this is going to be, which I love. I love to slow roll it, and then they're like, holy S, I had no idea. When I talked to Big Boss Barb the other day, our big boss, and I said, yeah, whiskey's gonna be in stores around town. I had they had no idea. Like they don't know. To them, it's Russ doing something stupid, and they love to ignore when I do something stupid. And now this is going to be
probably best.
It is best, yes. and we're gonna knock this thing out of the park. You'll be able to get it online everywhere, local stores, and then we're gonna do some fun parties and some fun events at Whiskey Paul's place when you open up, man. Yes,
sir.
And you know what? I keep dreaming about signing bottles of whiskey. Like I'm excited to get one of those gold pins and sign bottles of whiskey for people.
I can't wait to go into the stores and then every employee. I'm like, excuse me, can you help me here? Yeah, this whiskey. I made that.
Yeah. You know what I'll do is I'll just go and say, do you have any Majestic Monster? Oh no, okay, and just walk out. You know, if they don't have it, I'm just ask and tell our listener, ask for Majestic Monster anywhere, and 100% by watching stupid Conor McGregor is what made me, really, really want to do this. I know I mentioned that to you several times, but your whiskey is infinitely better. You're an award-winning, whiskey maker, and I know you hate it when I compare your whiskey to Proper 12, but
it's all good.
Could you beat up Conor McGregor?
What's that?
Could you beat up Conor McGregor?
Yes, he could.
Probably. I don't know. He's kind of a little guy,
He is little,
and he's got a broken leg now, so I got an advantage.
I know, but he just bought this incredible. Did you see what he bought, Angel? He just bought this a yacht. It's a Lamborghini yacht.
Yeah, Los was talking about that. There's a back order on these. Los is waiting for his.
Oh my God, it's
I was
amazing.
gonna go like Ferrari, and then I was like, okay, I'll do Lamborghini, and so I'm just waiting for it.
All right, well, listen, I wanted to be able to unveil the label because I was very proud of what Ryan did.
It looks super cool.
Thank you. And there it is, Majestic Monster Whiskey, available soon. Is there any possibility that it could come back sooner than 2 months, Paul?
Oh, you guys know what you need to do, right? As soon as for your launch party, like the night before your launch party when you bring it to the public, you guys need to do a lockdown drink all night, live cam, YouTube, and see the effects of the Monster Whiskey on you guys.
Well, that's a possibility. We might do that.
Yeah, lock everybody back on Russ's back porch patio, and you got to drink till the whiskey's gone.
Hey, Whiskey Paul, any possibility this could happen before 2 months? Like, could they come back in next week and go, hey, that label looks great?
It's possible, but very unlikely.
You're dealing with the feds, Russ.
Yeah.
With COVID and everything else, the government's backed up with applications.
And you want
it
to take time, right? Like to make sure that it's going to get approved and like not kicked back to us.
Right.
All right.
So,
very good.
Yeah, realistically, a couple of months, and we will obviously keep you guys posted.
If you guys do the whiskey lockdown, I will for sure come and film and narrate your live whiskey lockdown.
Yes, Angel, question for Whiskey Paul.
Hey, real quick, Whiskey Paul, have you had a chance to watch on Netflix? There's a series called Heist, and they do a 2-part series about the Pappy Van Winkle heist and Buffalo Trace and all that. Have you had a chance to see that?
I haven't seen it yet. You're about the 100th person to ask me that, but I was reading about that story as it happened, right? So all these like trade journals and stuff.
Right.
So this, I was like sort of living that real time, and now they've done this documentary about it. So I am looking forward to seeing it, but I haven't actually seen it.
All right. Follow-up question is, I've seen it. Follow-up question is, would you happen to know anyone who's got one of those bottles?
Yeah, no, I don't actually.
All right, Whiskey Paul, thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate
you guys.
I'm excited about this. I know I like to keep in touch with you every other week to see how things are going. But everyone, I'm looking at the texting servers. Everybody loves the bottle, which is cool. The label and the bottle is a big deal, and it's getting great reviews right here, which is awesome. And so you'll be able to get Majestic Monster soon in stores near you and then online. So thank you, Paul. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you guys.
All right.